Hey, lovelies. I just posted a video about, heartache and practice and thinking about Israel, thinking about Gaza. And, you know, deck dialogues, right? So one of the decks I want to work with is actually my copy of Monica Cleo Sakki's Sakki Tarot, which I have in one of the first editions. By the time I bought it, this came out in 2004, but by the time I bought it, there were no more boxes left in English. I got a box in Hebrew. You had to put the boxes together in this first edition. And I don't know, this is a deck that I haven't worked with much, but it's such a cool deck. And Monica sent an email to folks on her list about her family, which is safe, although a cousin of hers was killed. And, her sense of her privilege that she could even be sending an email that the post offices are working. She's so clear, she's such a clear artist and thinker and, just very, very clear-eyed and clear-headed. And one of the things she says in her email, and she says, "I'm off to bake cookies for the soldiers. Let's be honest, doing it for my sanity. A creative outlet is always the best way." Yeah, creativity. That is what her deck, now called I Am the Artist, is all about. That is what the kind of title card is about. Put yourself here. I love the way she puts things in her book. This is just on the back cover. She says, "We all have the capacity to play, although some of us may have misplaced it. Reading this book and using the Sakki Tarot can help you reintegrate symbolic play into your pondering, wondering, and decision-making so that you can experience both the joy and the practical value of creative insight." So, for me, creativity is just one of the faces of hope, right? This sense that we can plunk down in the middle of all of the circumstances of our lives, and we can literally make meaning. We can make meaning. We can make beauty. We can make our world, right? And that is so much what's at stake for me with tarot, which is not to say that there isn't meaning out there. I don't live in a world of, we just have to, like an existentialist world where we just have to create meaning because the world is otherwise empty and random. Nor do I think that there is some, intelligence with a capital I who's calling the shots here, who's got a plan for me, a plan for you. We are co-creating this world, right? And the world is creating us. There's no separation. So, with that in mind, let us do some deck dialogues. And the decks this morning are all about art and creativity. And they all have a distinctly female flavor to them. Now, the original Sakki Tarot, if I choose this deck, I may end up, I think I need to get the new edition, I Am the Artist, where she puts heads on the figures. All of the figures, or most of them, are headless. And they're headless because she wants us, like, in the artist card, to envision ourselves here, to put ourselves into this canvas, to have this be a tool that we use, that we make, that we use to create our world. I love the backs on the original edition. The backs on the new edition, I've just seen it in videos. And online. They're beautiful too. But I'm quite fond of this original. Okay, so in dialogues up until this moment, I have been seeking for the deck that I'm going to be using in the Drop 'em 78 challenge, which begins on October 15th, which is just a few days away, people. And I have also been exploring the growing edge of my intentionality for this time in my life. I'm looking for that deck that's going to be a good companion for the day by day, moment by moment spiritual work of forging my life, of creating my life. And so I've been using significator cards to help me in these deck dialogues. And those significator cards have shifted from one dialogue to the next. So where we landed, the last deck dialogue I did, which was a pretty intense one, using the Orphic Tarot and the Red Seeds Tarot. I ended with a sense that my card for the next dialogues was going to be the Four of Swords. And actually, that seems very powerful today too. The Four of Swords, a card that's about stopping in the midst, about ceasefire, right? And that's also has this sense from, and this is from the Orphic Tarot, where that card is associated with Eurydice, this sense of being with what that part of me that's underground, right? Eurydice after she's been bitten by the snake and is in the underworld. There is a sense of in that Four of Swords, of the stability of being with what is in that kind of stasis of the underground, of the dark night of the soul, if that makes any sense. Okay, Sakki Tarot. How are you going to help me work with those subterranean parts of myself lingering in that space of what has gone underground, of kind of resting in the dark night of the soul? How are you going to accompany me there? Ooh. Holy cow, people. Almost came to the end of the deck before I found the Four of Swords. And here it is. And the card that was before it is the Knight of Swords. And the card that was after it is the fucking Tower. Okay. Okay, that's pretty deep. Yeah. I mean, Monica, yeah, this is where you are right now, I think. The challenges that you're facing. But I think that this reading, it feels like you're saying you are going to help me be right there in the cataclysm. Yeah, to really go deep, to go into the grace of that, of trauma, heartbreak, what falls, what collapses, and to go there with all of my fire and air, that Knight of Swords, that fire of the swords, to really take it all, pushing into that space. Is that what you're saying? I mean, this is a deck that has, a really playful cartoon quality to it, right? A deck that I've often thought of as just a playful deck, but but Sakki Tarot, or I Am the Artist Tarot, as she calls it now. Are you saying you're going to help me be Knight of Swords in the midst of the Tower? Yeah. So, the Tower is the 16th card, so it's a 6. It's that kind of, in Kabbalistic terms, Tiferet, the beauty, the harmony of the grace of when the heavens meet the earth. And, Lovers is also that card, right? It's the same energy, but instead of a world-ending sense of that energy, it's a world-beginning sense of that energy. So yeah, you're saying, yes, Let's do this together. Okay. Okay, let's make this, let's find the grace here. That's what you're saying, yeah? One last card, maybe? Okay, yeah, all right, that's what you're saying. Okay. All right. You know, you gotta love the tarot. Sometimes it's super clear. Okay. All right, so that's Sakki Tarot, the first edition, which I think if I chose this deck for the challenge, I would end up getting the newest edition of the deck. And I probably will order that anyway. So the second deck I want to bring into this is also a deck that's about creativity and the creative edge of life. And this is the amazing Gabby Angus West's Tarot Avatara, which is her Frida Kahlo deck. And the guidebook is really wonderful. She's a great writer, actually. And I'm really looking forward to the reboot of the Bonefire Tarot that's coming out. I just found out about it. I hadn't been in on the news, but someone in my Mindful Tarot Facebook group was mentioning it. So, yeah. But anyway, the Bonefire is not one of the decks I'm thinking about this year. But Tarot Avatara and its connection to Frida Kahlo, yeah, there's something about this deck. I love her artwork, and the energy of this deck is pretty powerful. I have not read with it before. I love by the way, my version still has new tarot deck smell. The backs are gorgeous. The cardstock, you know, I'm not a fan of gilding, but I like the gilding. The cardstock is fabulous. It's linen, but I don't know if you can see this in this light. It's linen, but it's like no other linen I've ever seen. It's very matte feeling. Has a sort of paper feel to it, but is really flexy, is wonderful to shuffle. This is a dream, this deck. Okay, so Tarot Avatara, Frida Kahlo. Yeah. This deck has some powerful imagery. How are you going to help me with this Four of Swords moment of my life? Interesting. Oh my God. Okay, so here is the Four of Swords. Whoa. Holy shit. Okay, that's super fascinating. And fascinating given what I pulled. So the card before it was the Knight of freaking Swords. And the card after it wasn't the Tower, but it was the Moon. Oh my God. I'm sort of speechless because these decks are giving me a run for my money. It's like two incredible decks. So Tarot Avatara, you know, you would be quite an intimate companion because this deck really has a persona. It really is embodying Frida Kahlo as channeled through Gabby Angus West, right? As channeled through her unique artistic style. So I guess where the Sakki was focusing on that Tower moment, you're focusing, it feels like, on that, bringing that Knight of Swords energy into the depths of the unconscious and the waters. I mean, really that sort of underground, that sense that I was having of Eurydice and the underground and the Four of Swords. Yeah, you're bringing forward that subterranean archetypal world of shadow and darkness and water, the waters of the soul. So you're going to help me go there. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, yeah. There's Frida and Diego. Oh, who's that figure? I don't know. Oh, it's Trotsky. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Got it. Oh, holy cow. Now, so this is a very strange deck artistically to bring into this mix, but thematically not as strange. So, as many of you know, I now have a beautiful copy, thanks to Fiola in Iceland, of the Muse Tarot in the first edition. And I've been wondering, what should I pair it with to do a deck dialogue? And aesthetically, these are not the decks to pair it with. But, my stomach is growling, but insofar as this is a deck that is all about creativity and about the ways in which we can support, tarot helps us support the creative investigation of our lives, the playful but serious energy of plunking down in the middle of the materials of this moment, this body, this heart, this mind, that improvisational energy with which we practice hope. We renew our trust in the human heart, our own human heart, to continue this path unfolding in ever more wholesome and healing ways. Insofar as tarot is about that, I think is how I began that sentence. The Muse Tarot is right along with that framework. So, Muse Tarot, how are you in all of your beautiful pastel colors, your roses and your teals and your corals and that whole palette, that whole Chrysan palette? It's such a pretty deck, right? Which Avatara and Sakki, these are not pretty decks. They're powerful decks. They're beautiful, but they're not pretty. But the Muse Tarot is pretty, and I like pretty, you know? I like pretty, and the color of this deck is similar to the shirt I'm wearing, so there you go. Okay. How are you going to help me, Muse Tarot, in this Four of Swords moment? Okay, I think I'm there. This is a really, I love the cardstock on this version. I mean, again, pretty deck. Okay, so Muse Tarot, yeah. Four of Swords. Yeah, what is that ceasefire or that resting or that lingering in the underground? What is that about for you? So I think I'm looking for the Four of Voices. Okay, so in this deck, the swords are voices. Okay, this is the Four of Swords in this deck. Powerful. It's beautiful. And this is the card that was right before it. I'm getting a lot of knights today. So this is Knight of Inspiration. So this is the Knight of Wands. Okay, and the Ace of Emotion. So Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands. Okay, so are you saying to me that your task is going to be to help kind of inspire me, to fire me up, fire of fire, in the world of the cups? Ace of Cups, I mean, I see the moon is a very watery card. Sorry, my belly. I don't know if you can hear that. My stomach is just like, feed me. Feed me, Seymour. Okay, so are you saying you're going to be inspiring, lighting my fire in the world of the waters of the soul, in the world of emotion, in the world of relation? That's what you're going to help me rest in. Is that the world cosmos? So it's not, I think that's just the world. Let's see what she says about the world cosmos. She remembers the little girl she used to be, jumping off the cliff and into these waters of the divine magic. And now she lives here totally at home in this ocean of creation. And she arises out of the universe pond with her world in her hands, and everything is coming to completion. All the loose ends are being beautifully tied and braided into new beautiful endings of success and joy. She smiles because the closure of fruition is so sweet. Okay? Yeah? Okay. This is a very positive view. Are you going to help me deal with the darkness? Because I think I have to deal with some darkness in this time. I want that completion and that sense of being in the world of creation. But are you going to help me with darkness? And you're saying, yes, I'm going to be a good companion. Three of Cups. There can be some play here. Lighten up, Esther. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying kind of, yeah, there's some celebration, there's some joy, there's some community. I'm feeling like I might need to pick two cards here. Five of Materials. Yeah, okay, so Five of Pentacles. Yeah, that's scarcity. And then this top card too. And the Queen of Cups. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Whew. Okay. So, yeah. So what is my next card? I was thinking it might need to be the Knight of Swords. But now I'm thinking maybe the Queen of Cups. Or maybe the Moon. Help me, Muse Tarot. What does my next card need to be? My next significator. You're saying the Six of Emotions. Are you saying that it should be the Queen of Cups? Let's ask Avatara. Should it be the Queen of Cups? Is that what my next card should be? My next significator? Ooh, Five of Pentacles. Maybe it needs to be the Five of Pentacles. Maybe I need to deal with scarcity. Okay, Five of Pentacles it is. That Five of Materials in Chris Ann's deck, right? Like, you know, my inability to be with abundance. Okay, Five of Pentacles. Let's go there. Let's go there. Five of Pentacles, the next significator. All right, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you for your practice, and take good care. Take hope, okay?